Support for this podcast comes from the patrons at patreon.com/FMLFPL. Okay! Welcome to FMLFPL Milan.
It's Walsh.
What's up, dude?
Busy weekend. Big weekend. Ready
It's
to pod.
the beginning of the end. It's the beginning of the pileup.
Beginning of one day off after this. Huge day. Hopefully some people listen to this podcast. I don't know.
Yeah, we got the Game Week 15 pod tonight. Game Week 16 pod Thursday night. Live stream Friday. It's just every week we're just doing like 2 to 3
a few
pods.
actions.
Yeah.
A few game actions per week.
Yeah. Game creating actions per week.
Yeah.
Or 90 per week.
Yeah, dude.
Today was fucking crazy.
Yeah, a lot going on. I feel like this weekend generally was pretty wild.
Yeah.
Pretty wild weekend in the Premier League. The
so
script
many
writers,
goals.
So many goals. The script writers had it in for us this weekend.
Look, Saturday's schedule was kind of weird because Arsenal game was fun, kind of crazy. Then there were so many goals, Brentford, Luton, Burnley. And then really just like a snooze fest in Forest Everton and then a 1-0 Newcastle. They kind of baited us. So like, oh, it's going to be like that kind of week, like not that much action. And then today was just absolutely insane. Zero cleans, a billion goals.
It was a good day to have 0 defenders going today. I'll tell you that much.
Oh my God. But with how many goals scored, it would have been a cooler day to get some more goals. Getting goals would have been
that's
sick
a different
today.
Question. Yeah,
we got
together.
I got 1 goal. 2 goals. I got 2 goals today.
We forgot to cap Enzo.
Yeah, I didn't cap Enzo. Didn't cap Son. Saka. What do we do usually? How's your team doing? How'd your team do?
I got the same amount of points as everyone else. I broke Doku.
How many points is that?
That worked. 64. Seems like everyone got 60 some odd.
Yeah, in the 60s. Yeah.
I broke Doku, so that was a good transfer by me. Good job by me as usual.
I think it was Beasley in our Discord who just, as soon as he went off injured, I opened Discord and he just wrote second year Doku.
Yeah.
It's just like earmark that for the postmortem. Well, that's nailed on.
Yeah. Well, it's first season Doku, but that didn't work out. And
he's saying for next year, like the postmortem to this year,
No,
leading into next season, you're going to be second year Doku.
I'm with you on that one, doggy. I mean, realistically, I couldn't have possibly made worse transfers as per usual. I've been praying and discussing in Discord on a weekly basis, when will Pope die? And literal the stone cold week I finally make my goalkeeper transfer. Yeah. The man dies. And I'm just sitting here with BPITG, best pick in the game, Mr. Dubravka, big ears Dumbo himself. And I have Raya now. So I'm like, I just can't, I can't come in, can't come up. I don't know. So that was upsetting.
If you're superstitious about it, I mean, you bringing in Raya may have caused the injury, the death.
Pope. Yeah. So I mean, I'm not superstitious, just a little stitious. Terrible.
Little stitious.
Both terrible occurrences for me. So other than that, just normal things going
up
on.
300K.
In Team Walsh land, just a bunch of fucks. Durham will come on to later, but that was me. How about you? What you up to
elite team's average was 61.8, so we both went up a bit. I'm on 65. So yeah, same-ish. But I didn't listen to Pod Partner. I could have had plus
you fucking
11.
piss me off so much. Why do you ask me? Why do you even ask?
Well, I did not ask about Powell and Bayer. Did not ask. No chance I asked. I ask you about shit all the time. That was not an ask.
What did I mean, you showed me your team.
You just told me. You just
you showed me what did I look at first?
Well, that's all you look at. That your problem is that's all you look at is my bench shoulder and my keeper. I need you to sometimes look at my 11.
Fuck that. I give you 10 points. I say, here's 10 points. And you say, no.
This was the first
Fucking
very
idiot. You
bad
are a
management
fucking idiot.
decision of my season, though. I'm having a really good season so far. So,
You're a
it
fucking
happens.
idiot.
It happens. Yeah, Bayer, yellow card, still gets max bones, doesn't give a fuck. 11-pointer and a suspension. Just going out on top. Yeah, I rolled.
Idiot.
I expect
so
a
mad
red.
at you, dude.
Dude, I still don't even think it was that bad a call.
It wasn't that bad. It was just bad and fundamentally incorrect. And it's fine. Continue on with your things.
Nah, it wasn't that bad.
10. It was an 11-point swing.
11-point swing is bad, but the decision I don't think was that bad. I mean, Sheffield got chances, then McBurney got a red card and 2 yellows in 2 minutes, and the game ended. I don't know. What was I going to say? Yeah, I saved. I always expect a red on a save or a hit week, so to get a green on a week where I saved, good. Dom finally got me a goal, even though he could have had like 4. Holland, dude. I mean, such a typical week when Mo gets 5 points. We're sitting there ready for Holland. He misses all of his chances. Like, we could have actually gotten Holland points to get like a huge green, but it just wasn't in the cards this week. So
yeah, feels like that's the case pretty much every week.
It just happens all the time. Like, they fucking know, oh, this guy didn't score. Like, I'm just gonna take it easy. I don't know. Weird. Yeah, league updates. December mug, notoriously probably hardest mug of the season to win with so many game weeks. Tie between John Erickson, aka Multiball Vuvuzela, and Luke Martins, aka Swiss Toast FC for first. Second place, Ben Martins, aka This Is Elway, and third place, Sigurd O, aka S. Shout out to the league, the public league leader, Zach Marcus, aka Super Saiyan Doku. A little bit too soon with the name there.
I have a question for you that has been plaguing me this evening.
Go for it.
Villa. Nicolo Zaniolo, what fucking picks does he have of good Ebenings Emery? What does he have on him?
It's so weird.
He has to have something on him of
he got
life-shattering proportions.
Again, right?
All he does is get ripped at half because he's
ripped at half.
The worst player on the pitch every single fucking game he's played.
He actually has a hat trick in his last 3 appearances of getting ripped at half.
He keeps starting him.
Pretty amazing.
He's fit. He starts. He's the worst player on the pitch every game. How does it keep happening? I don't understand it.
I don't really know what's going on there. Bailey must just be fuming. He's like,
well, Bailey started today, but I mean,
I know, but I'm saying like he's been good every game, every sub appearance, and today was his first start since game week 2.
And he banged it in. Banged one in. It's so tilting.
Yeah, I don't know. They're an interesting team, and the City game next week just turned into a very interesting game. With no Rodri, no Doku, no Jack.
They're just gonna win.
I feel like they're definitely gonna score.
How could they not score?
Right? Like home City, City who just concede 3s and 4s nowadays. That's what they are up to. I don't know what that is about. Vardiol, Diash, Ederson, like I don't know what the hell's happening over there. I
was so fucking happy to see him bomb out the worst player though in the league, Matus Cashews. That was incredible.
Yeah,
that felt incredible to not see him on the team sheet.
Yeah, he'll start against City.
Oh, for sure, and
he's coming
probably be
right
terrible.
back in. Yeah, he's coming right back in.
He'll be terrible.
I kind of wish Doku was running at him. Good opportunity for me to watch him get a red card and hope that some people still have him in FPL.
Yeah. Instead, I guess it'll be Foden left wing. It has to be. Bill right wing. He has no choices, right?
Yeah, I mean, I really hope it's not Alvarez on one of the wings because I feel like that's always very bad.
Yeah, he can't play any of the. Well, no, I don't think it will be. I think he's going to have to. He'll start Kovacic. He'll have to start Kovacic.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Oscar Bob could be a pick.
Yeah, it could be bobbing. I mean, you'd expect Rico to play probably as well, maybe in the field.
Rico will get in
He's
there.
got to play. I mean, without Rodri, I mean, someone's got to play there.
How about Ake subbing on and just getting absolutely posterized by Kulu 5 minutes after subbing on? Whereas Gvardiol's like, I'm a center back. Just let me play center back, please, God.
No, he's just getting fucking rinsed.
Please let me play center back. It's all I want in the world.
He hangs him out to dry repeatedly. It's tough. It's a tough watch. But yeah, the Zaniolo thing I was just fuming about, even though I have no skin in the game and don't really care. It's just, it feels like it's an offense against football.
Yeah, I need to watch him more closely because
all I do is watch him.
Yeah, I know. It's like you looking at the bench order. It's like you just look at the most perverted thing you can find on the pitch and just focus in on it. I was like watching Liverpool.
That's how I watch.
I was kind of watching Chelsea. I kind of Discord open a little bit of Bournemouth, but I didn't see him be bad. I just saw him get ripped off at half again. I was like, oh wow, again, really? What the fuck?
Yeah. Okay, well, we get that out of the way. We can go on to the big one, I guess. Western Ham's 1, Crystal Palace 1. What did you see?
I didn't see a goddamn thing. I saw Mavropanos, dude. That guy is something else. I was advertised by someone on Twitter or Discord. I don't even remember when West Ham bought him as him just hitting quote unquote shit pingers in from 18 yards. All I'm seeing is just mistake after mistake, and he's just like a complete, absolute nightmare.
Yeah, they're terrible. That game was horrendous. But what do you actually want to talk about?
Well, we can start with one of your other favorite topics, which is goalkeeper. Because all of a sudden, there's all these 3-9 phenomenal picks.
Bentley.
Do
you know who kept a clean sheet? Bentley.
Oh, he did, right?
Yeah. He came in and immediately they just couldn't do a thing.
That's why you bench wank. That's why you keeper wank.
That's
why Jeff always prophesized.
That's why Jose Sa is one of the worst keepers in the league. Always has been, always will be. You put in Mr. Bentley straight in and
he got a bonus.
Yeah, of course he did. He came in and was flawless. He was immaculate. He didn't make a single, nothing even remotely resembling an error. Came in clean, 8-pointer, haul. He got a quarter of the amount of points that Jose Sa has gotten all season in half of one game.
67 minutes.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. Yeah, so Pope's hurt.
Pope looks like he's absolutely fucked.
It's Eddie. So, Eddie said it looks bad, looks like a dislocated shoulder, which I've dislocated both of my shoulders before. You're not playing keeper. That's
do you need to do this?
Yeah, completely out of the question. You need some shoulder mobility. I mean, Pickford could get away with a dislocated shoulder playing keeper, but that's it. Yeah, just he doesn't really use his shoulder, but
he claws.
All I'm waiting to hear, if you FPL player are thinking about Dubrov, you're looking for the magic Eddie words of Pope is progressing well, and that means he's out for the season. We've learned it. We found what's the fucking thing? The stone that translates all the languages. Rosetta Stone?
That's it.
That's what it's called. Right? We found the Rosetta Stone for Eddie press conferences. If he says he's progressing well and or training by training alone, he's out for the season. We may never see him again. So that's what you want.
Pope's training with Botman.
Yeah, exactly. He's running alone. He says
that. Yeah.
He's on grass. He's running alone. He's progressing pretty well. We're happy with it. It's dig the grave, dude. He's fucking donezo.
Dubravka's 3-9 legit is good. I actually do rate him. I think he's a very fine keeper.
He's always been solid.
Yeah, he's just, he can go through spells where it's a little bit, you shake your head. Yeah. But broadly speaking, he's adequate. He's 3-9. Come on, incredible.
Joking aside,
the best goalkeeper in the game by a lot.
He's easily the best keeper in the game
by a lot.
We say that shit all the time, but if you were wild carding, sometimes if you were wild carding this week, there is actually no world where he's not your keeper.
Yeah. The main thing that you just have to dodge is the January window. He needs to play
Ramsdale.
well.
They might buy Ramsdale, people are saying.
Well, who knows? He needs to play well in December for you to feel hopeful that they won't buy someone in January. Right. They only have, a couple games in January, obviously, but that's going to be the big question mark. But in the immediate term, they have Everton, Spurs, Fulham, Luton, NFO.
Dude, honestly, doesn't even matter who they play.
Well, it does matter.
If you're telling me he's just guaranteed December and probably
he's obviously guaranteed
at least half of January, right? They're not going to do it on January 1st. They're probably not getting a new keeper.
Yeah.
That's good enough. Like that he's just easily first choice, first best keeper in the game, like straight up.
Yeah.
Whether it's worth making a keeper transfer or not, these are different stories. But I mean, Ethical's question was, does Pope injury give you any doubts about Newcastle's defense overall? Or is Dubravka just a great
literally
pick?
Nothing for their defense. Like, he doesn't progress the ball. Like, he just stops a few shots and he's tall. I mean,
they're starting to
him. It
lose
doesn't matter.
Bunch of guys, though. It's like, I feel like we're sort of testing, like, how many guys can they lose before it actually makes a difference. Like, obviously, they completely shit all over Man United's faces. Like, that was just a complete joke, non-competitive game. Easiest clean of their lives, easiest win of their lives. But like, how many fucking pieces need to fall before that's a difficult game for them? Don't know. We're just going to, apparently we're just going to test every week because someone else gets hurt every week.
I mean, to me, the bigger actual answer is it's Bruno G and Joelingtons.
Yeah, I know.
If they're playing,
they're
fine.
Great.
We've been talking about their defense, the actual defenders in their defense for weeks. They're all the same. Like, there's no, other than Trips, who does a lot.
Yeah.
Other
Trips
than that,
really
the other three guys like Shar, like the step down from what they have now, from what they had before, is very minimal. If they lose more guys, though, then we'll have a different conversation.
And Miley's good.
Yeah, Miley's just
straight up
good. He's just good.
Fucking good.
Period. Yeah, he's good. Period. The end. But no, I don't think that Pope really does much of anything for Newcastle other than just be solid.
I tend to agree.
Yeah.
He's not like some over the top special keeper who's like, like saving. He doesn't do like Allison stuff, right? Like every game he saves a 1v1 or something like that.
He's good. He's definitely a top 6 keeper in the league.
He's definitely good.
And Dubravka is definitely around 11th or 12th in the league.
He's average.
And that's not going to affect your clean, really.
Yeah, I don't really think so either. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Other keeper questions. Plady said,
"This is amazing. Can we do this every week?"
Well, I saw all these keeper questions in our Discord when I was getting ready, and I was just like, "This is just Walsh week.
This is great.
It's fucking Shark Week over here." Plady said, "Well, this one is offensive, actually, so I'm not that happy about it." But he said, "What are your thoughts on bringing Bob Sanchez?"
Oh, come on. What's the next
question? Baby said, "Talk keepers to me. Raya, Bob Monster, maybe Dubravka." Mishka said, "Who do I start, Johnstone or Kelleher next week?"
Dude, how is it like maybe? Dubravka is by a lot the best keeper right now.
I mean, Bob Monster is that's like a little bit. I think they're trolling
us.
They know our history with this guy. They know he's obviously bottom 5 keeper in the league. Just dying for him to get dropped. That's like my Super Bowl is like he gets dropped and I'm transferring in anyone who starts there. Don't care. Yeah, and I don't know. Keller was pretty bad today. Matip seems to be out for a long time now after that. So it's like, not feeling great there.
I don't think Matip to Konate is any.
It's not, but like Konate doesn't have great fitness record, and Matip's been playing really well last 3 games.
That question is also extraordinarily offensive, isn't it?
Yeah, Johnstone or Kelleher. I mean,
like, are you fucking kidding me? That's not even remotely. That's not remotely close. Yeah, that's just
Liverpool
not
playing the
close.
worst team maybe we've ever seen.
Yeah,
that's all you need to know. I mean, Double Pivot actually did a pod that was like, how bad are the bottom of the league, and just by their numbers, Burnley is about like an average 20th place team and like a normal Premier League season by their numbers. And Sheffield United is just like a complete other level. Like Burnley just beat them 5-0. Like average 20th place team just beat them 5-0. Like Sheffield are a fucking another world. And Heckingbottom just has a job still.
It doesn't matter. It just really doesn't matter who's running the team.
I mean, it matters if I'm a fan. Like, I'm just like, I would rather him fucking die at this point. Like, Heckingbottom and Zaniolo are just secret meetings underground, just like conning their way to keeping their jobs. I don't know what's happening, but.
I mean, they shouldn't be in the league and are showing that very much to the case in point every game, every week.
Yeah, I've never really cared that much if like there's one team that's really bad and it's like, oh, they're obviously going down by January, whatever. But like, I kind of do care this season. I mean, from like day one, it was just like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's like a waste of time. It's like every team has 2 bye weeks this season.
Yeah,
they have a really good complete joke.
But they have a really good championship team.
Is it?
Yeah, I think they'll be good in the Flamp next year.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
we'll see. Next year will be. It is interesting from the point of view of like team building that like all of the teams that were close to relegation last season also just get a bye season. Like they're all fine. Yeah. And it's like, what are they all going to do with it? And how are they going to like utilize this to like build a team that's better? Because then better teams are going to come up and it's going to be harder again next season. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's keep talking about Newcastle. You've all asked for Livermento discussion.
Yeah. He had fucking a game and a half against Manchester United.
He got a bonus point, which is really weird to me.
He was actively fucking every fucking thing up. And generally when that happens, you're very far away from bonus points. I mean, he was doing so much good shit until the final thing. And then the final thing was just terrible. You know, usually you have to be invisible and not even in the game to get bonus points. But I guess he somehow scammed his way into one.
Maybe it's the dribbles or something. I'm not really sure how.
Yeah,
but
it's really perplexing.
He's one of those guys that like looks cool, but
he's never really been.
He has no end product, and he'll probably get rotated a bit here and there. I'm just like, I guess I don't know.
That
I feel
said, though,
like him
4-3.
Getting an assist seems lucky. Yeah, he's basically the same price as Lascelles now.
Lascelles. I mean, he could get lucky and get an assist at some point in the near future.
I'm sure he has an assist in his life.
Yeah, it certainly looks like he's making that spot his own. I think he's a good pick. Don't get me wrong there. You know, I mean, you're certainly not picking Schär over him or something at this point after watching the performances, because as much as his final ball and his final act his action is troubling, he still does all the other bits really well. So he's not killing you. He's good recovery pace. Yeah. He's looks like he's, I mean, and again, you know, he's had a couple starts here. He hasn't played in like 2 years.
Yeah. You know? Yeah. No, and he's clearly very good.
Yeah, and he's
like
really
he
young.
Should be starting every game, right? Like he's so much better than Dan Burn already in 3 games or whatever.
Yes.
Like not even close.
Not even close.
I'm just stuck in like FPL. Yeah. I think people get deceived because it's like, wow, he just dribbled around 4 guys in the box. But like, I think he's gonna do that a lot and it not lead to a lot of anything. Like, it seems like he's more that kind of guy. But yeah,
and
good
he's
pick.
4-3 and he's a great pick.
Great pick. Yeah.
I would pick him over Lascelles with 0.1, just 0.1 more, probably.
Yeah, there's no reason not to. I mean, Livra had good attacking numbers with Southampton. I mean, he only got 1 goal, 1 assist, but like his underlyings were good. Yeah. And that's enough to be like, if he just does that again, 0.11 XA per 90, 0.06 XG per 90, that's enough for like maybe he'll get a goal and 3 assists or something. And
I mean, the only thing I guess is December. Maybe you do want the center back. I mean, it depends on your spot because Lascelles will definitely start off. I mean, Lascelles also he's like was really, really active in the box again. I mean, in the Manchester United game, he could have had an assist.
Yeah. He won some headers in there. Yeah, I forgot about that.
So he has been. I don't know. I mean,
can't believe how
he's been great since I got
unwashed he is.
Yeah, he was washed and now... Well, he's not good, but he's just not exposed like he used to be.
Yeah, he was never not good. He was pretty good and then insanely bad. He never had a not good phase.
I think he was good for 12 games. And then he was on a team where it was like, you have to be our best player. And he's so not that.
Yeah.
So if he's the worst player, then he's good. If that makes sense.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
And in this version of the team, he just kind of quietly goes about his business and it works really well.
Yeah.
So
they protect the center
they
back
protect
so
him.
much.
They don't put him in positions to fail, and he's a little older now, and he doesn't do because he used to do like Romero shit.
Yeah.
Often red card, dirty, crazy, wild shit, and lose his head.
Go
and
for a slide tackle for no reason.
Yeah, he's nowhere near that
clean
player
through on
anymore.
goal.
Yeah. But I mean, the game was comprehensive. It was non-competitive until the last, basically stoppage time. Man United had a couple corner kicks or whatever, and they scored that deflected offside goal.
Which was just too funny.
Yeah, and the fact that Newcastle only had one goal at that point was also too funny. I mean, they could have had 3 or 4.
Should have.
Should have, yeah. So Newcastle looked like, again, home games, good. I mean, they just destroyed Chelsea, comfortable win against Manchester United, but now they have 2 road games, at Everton, at Spurs, in a short week. So we'll see. I mean, the Everton game, I was kind of surprised at how little Everton did today against NFO. I mean, they're missing DCL again.
Dude, they were bad. I mean, both teams were just bad teams.
But Everton have been not
they've been good.
Tight.
I know.
They haven't looked like this today. For a while.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean,
I mean, Beto, I want to like him really badly because he's shown flashes of dude, this guy can do good hold up stuff, do a DCL imitation. He's not made of glass. I'm into this. Goodbye. But yeah, the downgrade from DCL is big, and he seems to be in his own head a little bit. And I don't know, maybe Tremiti will start the next game or something like that. But
they need to sell
Newcastle,
DCL, man.
It's those are hard clean sheet fixtures. Away Everton, away Spurs.
Yeah,
those teams score at home.
Yeah, they've been not that good at home this year. Everton.
Yeah, most of their wins are away, right?
Yeah, they've been better away, and they actually have been cleaned at home a fucking shit ton this year.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
so
I'm
Fulham,
just talking completely out of my ass.
Yeah,
maybe.
Home Fulham, they got cleaned. Home Wolves, they got cleaned. Home Arsenal, they got cleaned. Home Luton, they lost and scored 1 goal. They beat Bournemouth at home 3-0. That was a home Brighton 1-1, and then home Man United, they got cleaned and lost.
Yeah, I remember some of these games. I mean, some of the early in the season games where they just lost every game. I mean, Fulham, they had 19 shots and 2.7 XG. Wolves, they had 15 shots, 1.3 XG. They were popping off those games and just couldn't fucking score. But yeah,
you know why? Because it's Everton. Look at the players, right? I mean, where are the goal scorers in this team? It's Dwight McNeil getting good chances. Jack Harrison. It's okay, yeah, DCL, sure. So he's not available. So I mean, the clean. You're not going to the bank this is a great. If it was at home, you'd be like, oh yeah, this is fantastic for Newcastle.
At home, it's the freest clean ever. Yeah,
it's a lot cleanable than it was, or than it felt. If you asked me this question on Thursday last week,
Yeah.
But Newcastle defense, though, they look good.
They're a good team. They're just good team.
Yeah, they've been good. They're still good.
Yep,
they're good.
They're just the only issue is they have an 11-person squad right now. They just have so many injuries. Isak gets hurt. I'm scared of this attack. Like you said, Bruno G gets hurt. I'm scared.
If
of this
one more
midfield
player
and
gets
defense.
hurt, they are.
I know.
Fucked.
They're
unless
right
if it's Livermento and you put Haaland, that's
edge.
fine. But otherwise,
or even Miggy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Is anyone coming back?
Well, it's Eddie.
We never
so
know
we'll
until
never
we
know.
see the team sheet. But
yeah, we'll literally never know.
Yeah, we'll never know. All right.
Chester said trips and which other 2 players should we prioritize? Phoenix said, is Gordon the best budget midfielder in the game? If so, why isn't he in everyone's team? Elgato said Gordon versus Brendan Johnson.
Gordon keeps doing it.
Yeah, I mean, is it sustainable? I'm not that sure. You can't just get a fucking sitter.
Is that what you're asking?
What?
Is he scoring every game sustainable?
No, but the way that he's scoring more than if he is scoring or not. In the games where he scores, he just gets 1 sitter. That's it. He's not getting a lot of shots and getting a lot of chances. He just ends up on 1 0.8 XG chance and just slots it in. So I'm a little worried about that. That's not like the profile of guy that I would normally go for. Obviously, he's been great in my team. Obviously, I'm holding him. I just don't. I have a hard time judging like how good of a pick is he.
He's just good. I think
he's good, but he's not like the question. Like, is he the best budget midfielder in the game? Like,
it's still a debate.
Really.
The results will tell you yes based on the points if that's what you're going by. But when you watch the games, like he was a very, very peripheral figure in the Manchester
United game. He wasn't in the game at all.
Yeah, he really wasn't.
Goal.
Yeah, they were building up so much to the right, and he just wasn't present. He just wasn't anywhere. And then the goal, which was sort of odd that it even it was sort of for the whatever back post thing, but he's still just in the front three, does get into good positions, does shoot from outside the box and shit sometimes. Yeah. And he's starting. He's just fine. He's good. But I don't think it's, rush and clamor to transfer him in by any stretch of the imagination.
I don't think so either. Yeah. Also, he came off with a knock. So
yeah, I didn't know that. What I
Me
thought
neither. He just said
fine.
It after the game. I mean, Eddie just said I hope he's okay. He felt tightness, blah blah blah. I don't really know, but
so he could be out for months, or he starts next game.
No idea. And the thing that the frustrating thing I forgot about midweek games, what someone mentioned in Discord, is like we're just not even going to get pressers for like half the teams.
Yeah, we don't
because it's like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's like. All the pressers. Late Wednesday teams and Thursday teams are going to do their pressers not before the deadline. So
they don't even help. So
yeah, it doesn't help, but I still look. I'm addicted. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Yeah, I don't know what to say.
All right, man. Well, you just said it.
I just said what I don't know what to say. Yeah, pressers really helpful. Bowen in, Ollie in. Everyone transferred out both players.
Yeah, well,
pressers are great.
Well, Bowen, you're not upset about. I mean, he didn't do anything. With Ollie's is something else. Yeah, Bowen was pretty also perfect. He had like 1/2 chance, but dude, he's just so much worse when he has to strike. He just can't. He needs someone to play off of.
I know.
It's just he is easier to pocket, and he's not. He's just not a striker. So
he's just not a striker.
Yeah, he's one of those where sort of like Rashford. Like he's worse when he's playing striker.
Gordon.
Yeah, Gordon.
What other game should we talk about? There was just so much crazy shit.
Well, I mean, the 3-3 today was fucking insane.
Spurs got away with one. I mean, that was like...
how many goals should Man City have had at halftime? 4?
Yeah, 3 or 4. Yeah. I don't think that would have been unreasonable at all.
Yeah. What's up with City? It's crazy, man.
And Pep is pulling his non-existent hair out for sure. I mean, he's
pulling pubis out. Only because he has hair.
Like they're set up to do exactly what they're doing, and then the other team's getting one chance, one shot, and scoring, and his team's getting 15 shots and scoring once.
Is he naming Stones on the bench to troll?
No, I think Stones.
Because he was on the bench the last 2 games.
He'll come in soon.
But why would he name him to the bench if he can't play 5 minutes? Because if Stones could play 5 minutes, he would have subbed on in both of the last 2 games.
Yeah, instead of Ake. Yeah.
Instead of fucking, isn't that a weird one?
It is weird. Yeah. And the injuries are racking up. They're a notoriously small squad, albeit very talented squad. They're always small. So now it's like weird team. The midfield's fucked up. The forward line's fucked up. And yet they should have won and scored 5+, and Haaland probably should have had a triple return minimum.
Alvarez is also just something else, man.
Alvarez is like... Alvarez is a great reminder why you should not look at XA and XG and combine them and say his XGI was this. Because XA relies on someone else doing something. Yeah. Whereas, like, if you're just getting the shots and chances, you will score the goals.
On yourself. Yeah.
But, like, if you're Bruno and your team fucking sucks, you can get key passes for eternity and underperform forever.
Yes. And also, typically, if you are looking for whatever, just chance creating, usually it's not bad if you're on City, though. So
yeah, you would
he
think.
Is finding these ways to dodge points. Like it feels like a supernatural power of his to dodge hauls, because I mean, there's another world where, I mean, he has 11 returns right now. There's another world where he has 19.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, actual. Like he could actually have like 19 returns right now.
Yeah,
he could easily have 8 more.
So many chances
so much
today.
shit. It's
so
crazy.
Many. He played great.
Fucking
7 key passes, over 1
monkey.
XA.
Yeah.
And hit the post with his only shot.
Yeah.
Like Doku got to have that like quintuple return. Like Alvarez does that every game.
Yeah.
Like Alvarez could have a quintuple return with some luck every game.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah.
They're short,
I don't know.
I guess there's not a ton. I mean, Spurs
just scored 3 weird fucking goals.
Yeah, well, the Sun one was a very straightforward. Like that is the goal you would have expected Spurs to score against City, and then the other 2 were fucking bizarro world.
Yeah, just Lo Celso worldy and Kulu posterizing Ake on like I don't know, weird as fuck goal.
Yeah. I mean, maybe there's not a ton to talk about.
I don't know if there. I mean, the thing to talk about from an FPL perspective is like, still feel great with Haaland, still feel great with Alvarez, still feel great with Son.
Yeah,
that's it, right? Like a lot of people got rid of Son. A ton of people got rid of Son.
Yeah, and after that one,
part of it was and now they're home West Ham, great fixture. Home Newcastle's obviously tough. At NFO, home Everton. Like I'm just like. Yeah, good to go. At Brighton,
might get
great
a pen
fixture.
This year.
Home Bournemouth, like I can't
foresee. You think
they'll
get a pen this year?
Yeah, probably I think so.
One, they'll get one.
They'll get something.
They'll get one.
Brendan will run by someone, or someone will get taken out.
Yeah, I mean they also have a ton of home games right now. They have 2 home games at NFO, home Everton, at Brighton. Home Bournemouth, like they have a really nice little run right now.
Really great run.
Yeah. Home Newcastle is tough, and also it's a good time to have that fixture because Newcastle are going to be fucking dead ass tired on their when they come over there when they come down there. So
that's true.
Yeah. Son looks just again like we said last week, just really safe, steady. Get points continuously as long as he's fit. And he looks great. I mean, he's really adapted very nicely to this role.
Yeah, really has. So, I thought he played actually one of his best striker games today.
Sure. Because there was a lot of space for him to do the runs and do the things.
Yeah, but it wasn't like that. Like, it wasn't one of those games where he was just free on the counter all the time. Like, he had to do some like back to goal stuff and then like lay it off to Kulu or Keel or Brennan, and I was like, okay, son, that was kind of cool.
I mean, he's not that bad at that stuff as long as you play to his feet. It's just hard to do that a lot of the times because you can't. The out ball isn't to feet. It's a lot of times. So, and City are just tough. I mean, Haaland had a really unusual game for him, right? Obviously, and it just 3 draws in a row for them, and it's just a weird moment that they're in. At Villa, very undermanned, is a massive game. It's just such an enormous game.
Big title race game. Like everyone's hyper focused on the game. If Arsenal and Liverpool pick up 3 points in Game Week 15, everyone's gonna be hyper focused on that game later in the day. At Villa Park. Yeah. And if they drop points there, people are going to start like, City, I don't know, whatever. Yeah, it's a big one. It's a big one.
We'll see. We'll see what happens there.
Yeah. We got questions, or do you want to talk about another match specifically?
I wanted to go back to the Arsenal game, I guess, because, they did all the things midweek and it was
long ago.
Yeah, well, it was 2 days. It was yesterday. But the concession late, we were talking about it when it was 2-0, I think. Like immediately at 2-0.
Immediately. Like, first half, we were saying Zinchenko needs to get ripped off at half.
Yeah, Zinchenko is otherworldly when he has to do anything in his own third. It's just so upsetting to watch. Yeah. It's insane because it's like he's playing in his own third as if he's in the enemy third.
Yes.
Like he takes the same risks and plays literally the exact same way, exact same decision-making process. And when you get dispossessed in the final third, it's not an enormous chance, but it's crazy. Like it's fucking crazy how he does it over and over and over again. I would have expected by now he would actually improve but he has definitely not improved in that area of his game.
And he's fucking amazing all at the same time.
Yeah.
Because all the other times, which is like 90% of the game when he's in the attacking third, he's just like an incredible midfielder. It's like a cheat code. So, I think obviously Arsenal fans and Arteta are happy with that risk reward. Yeah. But when you have their fucking defenders and keeper in fantasy, it's just like, I'm on my knees for him to get subbed off.
It's so funny too, because I understand completely why Pep sold him. I would have sold him as well. Absolutely. I think it's a no-brainer. Like, watching this player is just like, you're just not good enough.
It's the same. It's not that dissimilar to Cancelo.
Yeah,
I mean, Cancelo would just like concede pens, do dumb shit all the time, and all the while it wasn't fucking,
that bad.
He did, though. I mean, he definitely had a lot of mistakes, and it ultimately didn't matter to Pep how good he was going forward, because all he cares about is fucking control and dominance. Yeah. If you have mistakes in you just like can't play for the team.
Yeah. And, they took the foot off the gas a bit, Arsenal, but, they look like they're just flowing, though. I mean, they could have scored more.
They were so good. I thought they were back to last season.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like the 2 goals they scored were both incredible movements and actions. And
especially the Odegaard one was unreal.
Yeah, I mean, having Odegaard back is great. Having Jesus back is great. Martinelli looked back to normal, like we remember how he played last year.
Yeah.
And
I thought Trossard was great at the 8.
Yeah, I was happy with what he was doing too. I mean, I don't know how that's going to look against not home Wolves games necessarily.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it is just one that he throws in when it's, they can have him kind of floating around a little bit more. I mean, they have Luton, I think so it's fine.
The big
home
games
Brighton, they could
might
probably
be the Kai games.
Yeah. At Pileup, Kai, and
yeah, like you can kick long balls to Kai. He's a pressing machine. He's obviously physical.
Yeah.
Maybe those are the games where it's like, oh, Kai's a good fit here. But against the bus, I mean, Tross was just great.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
Odegaard was the one for me, though. Like,
yeah, he was so good.
He was just back to last season, which we haven't really seen at all this season. And his numbers were absolutely insane. Eye test, absolutely insane.
I almost brought him in. I was looking at him a lot.
Dude, I mean, they were fucking crazy. Yeah, I mean, they actually like missed a bunch of humongous chances.
Yeah.
Like Tross did, Nketiah did, Jesus did, all like their biggest chances of the game. Like there was another world where this was 5. So very encouraging as a Saka owner for sure.
Yeah, and Saka had, I mean, the goal he scored was a goal he scored last year, which we saw many times last year, where he actually was coming inside. Like he
was great.
Free. He played freer than he has been. Like he wasn't just up 2 guys on me, let me check back, or up 2 guys on me, let me just stay over here and just occupy them. Like he was actually doing shit, which was really nice to see. And he was great. They play Luton next at Lutonites, so they'll get hatted upon and probably tackled to fuck. So we'll see which players get injured.
They'll win 1-0.
Midweek. I'm sure they'll win 1-0. And then they have a little bit of a difficult window, so we'll see what happens.
Really tough run. And,
But yeah, I mean, Jesus back is really just like the biggest thing to me, though. I mean, obviously Odegaard back, but I mean, without Jesus, he's the linchpin that makes everyone else so much better. Like everyone else is 15% better when Jesus plays.
Yeah.
And, they just look so much more difficult to deal with. And the dominance in the other half, like the whole game, it's just, Wolves couldn't really lay a glove until, the only gloves they laid were
until they let them, basically.
Yeah. And they stopped doing the things and and they were definitely, to Gaza O'Neill's credit, they were like targeting Zinchenko hard.
Yeah, I know. Teams don't do that enough.
Yeah, they were just rushing at him.
Yeah,
if ever he had the ball in those positions, and I mean, 4 times I think he gave he conceded chances to Wolves individually.
Yeah.
Which was also very perplexing. I know we talked about the Tommy injury kind of like threw it up, but I mean, you got to hang a little bit on Arteta here, because could have easily dropped 2 points in this game. 1,000,000%. It was
just
very,
like
very
some
close
random fucking other goal happened.
Yeah, I mean, the last 15 minutes, the last 20 minutes were just nervy. You know, I mean, it was like from at 2-1, it was the whole time was nervy.
Yeah,
and it didn't make any sense that he didn't sub Zinchenko, and the goals were coming through him the other way, and
I don't know. I think it's a little bit just like also. It was nervy, but that's also when Arsenal had like all of their best chances of the game. And if any of those went in, it was completely game over, no chance. Right?
But they didn't have control. I didn't think they
didn't have control. I agree with that, but they just were getting like open nets, and Nketiah's hitting the post, and like Trott's clean through, and he just can't get a shot off like that.
Well, that's because Bentley was in too. They're not
true. They should have changed the game plan.
Yeah, you forget.
What about Liverpool today? They played so well and deserved to win by so much.
I don't know, dude.
They were so bad today.
They were fucking horrible.
So bad.
It was the least. It was so just disjointed. The whole performance.
Yeah.
Everything was wrong. And the Milvening has something on Klopp too. Like he does a good job. They play you guys oddly well regularly, I feel like.
I mean, I don't remember the home game against them last year, but the away game was the first game of the season. That was like a 2-2 with the, I think, Mitrovic pens or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember the home game last year, but I'm sure we destroyed them. But
4-3, I mean,
it was just such a weird, like four of the best goals I've ever seen, just like worldies all over the place.
Individual moments of brilliance.
And Liverpool literally for 75 of the 90 minutes didn't really do shit. And then when it went 3-2 was the only time Liverpool just actually like completely fucked them. And it was just like chance,
15 minutes
goal, game over. Yeah.
Yeah, and Endo had a really, really nice 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, he was like winning a couple things. He looked really nice. And I mean, Darwin is beyond.
Hockey goal 3 and 4. How many points do you get for a hockey assist?
What is he?
He's just a great player.
Is he a pick?
I think so. But I also don't know who the fuck is going to start against Sheffield United. I really have no idea. If there's one team in the entire fucking league that you can rotate heavily and feel really good about a win, not like kind of good, not like maybe we can scrape by, like feel very confident that you're going to win by multiple goals, it's Sheffield United. So why on earth, with 2 days rest before the early game in Game Week 16 at Palace, would you not rotate heavily against Sheffield? I don't see that.
Well, counterpoint, I mean, it's not really reasonable to expect Darwin to start both of the next 2 games, right?
He's not gonna. No, he's not gonna.
So we saw him at Luton, which you can talk yourself into anything about his performance there, whether that was like a good or a bad thing for him with the Luton game.
Yeah.
And at Palace, at Selhurst is going to be a much more difficult game than at Sheffield.
Way more difficult.
Also, do you want Darwin to kind of absolve himself of the sins of the Luton game, where the 2 points dropped? I think you can very heavily lay on his shoulders, right? And
I wouldn't go that far, but
I mean, he had the best chances of the game, and your team scored 1 goal, and
one goal should be enough against Luton.
Whatever. But he had the best chances of the game, and he fucked them all up, like he usually does. At Sheffield United, it's just a free roll. I mean, it's like, go do it. Like you would have a hard time playing striker against Sheffield United and not scoring at least a goal. At Palace, like maybe that's a better GAC game. Maybe that's a game you want GAC in and you want Darwin off the bench because it's a little bit harder. You want to protect him a little bit in a cauldron, at Palace, which is always a difficult game. So I mean, I could see him starting Sheffield and not starting Palace.
All of the arguments.
You could construct all the arguments. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Like, I just really have no idea is the only truth behind
Certainly.
it.
I also have no idea, but I think that's what I'm just saying all this to say it's not a foregone. I think that he's not starting Sheffield.
I totally agree with that. Yeah.
It's not like, oh, he played 90, didn't even sub him. That means, of course, he's not playing.
Yeah, no. We thought that may be the case. Like with he played Europa, he's not going to play the week. Like it hasn't been the case all season.
The other thing is he's a fucking fitness monster.
I know. It just seems like he can just sprint forever. He
sprints 50 times a game.
Yeah.
He's sprinting continuously because he's 23. He should be. He's fucking young.
Yeah.
So, and he barely played last year. He basically had a year off last year. So all of that said, owning him is not fun. As we talked about when I bought him and has been borne out of in reality. Like owning him is just not fun at all.
It's like you own two of the least fun to own guys in Darwin and Bumo. And you started the season with Ollie, and the reason you transferred him out is because he returned every game, but he looked bad. So like you know your weakness, and yet you still bring in two of these players.
A moth to flame.
Like you only should bring in players that you think look good and are good picks, not just players who have underlying numbers. Because that's like your style.
Are good and I like there aren't enough players there aren't 11 players.
You can't put out 11.
I can't put out an 11. It's too selective. That number is too small.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, there was Kim asked, Darwin and Simi, do we expect them rested against Sheffield United after today's game? Dude, no idea.
Good luck.
Not going to pretend to be some in-the-know fucking lineup predictor type of person. Like,
you know who's playing? Konate,
Mo, Kelleher, Virgil, Trent. That's the only guarantees.
Yeah, I think that's pretty safe.
Yeah.
Because you could also, it really depends how wild he wants to get in the front. Like if he's going to throw someone like Doak in, which feels not likely at all.
I feel like he could. I feel
like that could be a halftime sub if it's 3-0. But at the beginning of the game, like Luis Diaz was fucking ass. So
he just didn't. I'm not
he didn't
sure
even play.
He played.
I don't know what he had that one header that was a little behind him that he kind of didn't see, but
he was invisible after that.
So, Gakpo left, maybe like that's the thing is, if you look at it, it's literally 3 players for 2 spots between Gakpo, Luis Diaz, and Darwin. Gakpo's the one that can play both. Darwin's only has 1 spot and Luis Diaz only has 1 spot. Gakpo plays left.
Harvey could play up there. He's done that before. There's other weird. The thing that I'll say about Klopp lineups, I don't have data to back this up, but I feel like most of the time it's like a pretty normal lineup, like 2 changes, like maybe like a Robbo needs a rest and Mane needs a rest, whatever. But then, there's at least one game every season. It used to be Everton. Nah, I don't remember the last time. There was a Spurs game where all of a sudden it was like Milner, Tyler Morton, and Keita. And there's an Everton game where there's a front 3 of just like Ox, Divock, and Minamino. And it's just like, what the fuck is this lineup? Like, this is an actual C team. It's not even a B team. And like, he's done really well in those games. I think Liverpool have like, the backups have stepped up in those games, but I don't know when it's coming. Yeah. But logically,
he's got that in him.
Yeah, logically, I would say this is the game, but like, no idea. Absolutely no idea.
Yeah, I don't know. Could we see Harv in the left wing? I guess.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's more likely that he's going to do crazy shit vis-a-vis like subbing very early.
Yeah, halftime
when the
subs
game
or
is
something.
Finished, which he will hope the game will be finished early. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Darwin's just like, I don't know if
Endo can start at the 6. Harvey deserves
but that doesn't
to start.
Affect
Curtis
the front.
deserves to start. Yeah,
I'm more talking about just
for FPL
Darwin.
picks.
It's like so. I just feel genuinely trapped and stuck with him because that's just how
you could go Isak. Oh no, you can't. Go
no,
Isak.
I can't.
You have triple.
Come on.
I keep forgetting. I said that to you like earlier today, and I still forgot.
So I feel like Darwin's just going to be here for a while for me.
Yeah. I mean, Ollie is the guy, right? Like, before the game week started, I was like, okay, Ollie at Bournemouth, obviously good pick, but 50-50 to play. I was telling everyone, I would get rid of him because you don't really want him for home City, home Arsenal. You just don't want him for those. And now City has no Raju, no Doku, no Jack. They're just like fucking wounded animal. Diaz is the worst player in the league. All of a sudden, it's like, okay, now he has 2 bad games. Home Arsenal, at Brentford. And then he has an insane run starting in game week 18. Absolutely insane run. And the 18 is even made even better because of the blank.
Yeah.
So there's no Holland that week. There's no Bumo that week. And he's home Sheffield, best fixture in the fucking world.
So you want me to just do that? Correct the mistake I made so long ago?
And get another player that you fucking hate and can't stand watching.
Maybe I will love him this time.
That always works.
That works, right? What is wrong with me, dude, with Ollie?
You just have... We know what's wrong. We just figured out your bias that you have to work to get around.
But I don't. How do we know my bias and then I do the thing every time anyway? It's ridiculous.
If it was easy, then we would all just be perfect humans making rational decisions all the time.
We need Dr. Brad back on for me.
Yeah, Dr. Brad Pod is coming back on. But yeah, Ollie's a good pick. Let's try and do some questions, and then maybe we'll talk about captains our teams really quick because we don't have another pod. Bear said we should all roll our free, right? I mean, 2 days off, game week.
This is a hit.
Don't know.
It's time to hit, baby.
Okay.
You didn't just bring Doku in? Come on. It's around the menu.
Jonathan Ferguson or Solanke next 4 game weeks. I'm moving Ollie to afford Son. So he's just fucking Ollie off.
Yeah, I don't like that. I think it's got to be Dom, right?
I mean,
the team's attacking. They have they have a lot of aways coming up, but they have good
The next
fixtures.
2 are like, but then home Luton at NFL, home Fulham are really good.
No, they still have a really
Bournemouth
nice
are
run.
kind of good.
Yeah, they're attacking a shit ton. They're playing.
They've played now 3 games in a row where they were very good. They absolutely should have beat Villa today.
Yeah. No, Dom looks just like a straight up good pick.
Yeah.
So I like the Dom shout a lot.
Yeah. Grand Burglar, like many others, I did Bowen and Watkins out for Bumo and Darwin. Now that we know they're fine, I want them back, especially Watkins. What do I do?
Transfer them back in.
Yeah, fine with that.
Yeah.
Test 2, baby. Which 2 of Gab, Saliba, Raya would you want, or do you want all 3?
I mean, I definitely don't want Raya with Dubrov available.
Yeah, Raya has just gotten downgraded a lot after this game week.
I still just have a hard time with their defense because after Luton, at Villa, home Brighton, at Liverpool, do you want to start a defender in any of those games?
Brighton's fine, I think.
At home?
Yeah.
Because
Arsenal don't clean at home. Yeah.
I mean,
it's not great. It's not great.
All 3 of those are just really bad fixtures.
Yeah. At Villa, at Liverpool are, 2 of the 4 hardest aways for cleans that they'll play all season.
Yeah. I mean, and home West Ham's
home West Ham easy clean.
I don't. They find a way. They fucking suck, but they find a way to score a goal every game.
Yeah, they're not going to clean all of these games that they should, but they're also going to clean some of the ones where you don't expect them to because they're a great defense. So it's
have West Ham been cleaned yet? Once,
probably.
They've been cleaned 1 time.
Who did it? Who did the deed?
Dyche.
Voldy's Dyche. He's listening at home. Dyche. It was
the Dyche game.
We did it. I'm okay, dude. Fucking calm down.
But that's
what are you saying? You don't even want Arsenal defensive?
Yeah, I don't want to buy any of them. I feel like the Wolves and the Luton game were really important. I mean, and even just going back to the Burnley game, this was the window. We're at the end of the window. It's this week, and then it's like, oh, it's bad now. So I think they're just not buys currently.
Yeah. You could tell me on that.
Yeah.
And Newcastle kind of got through their window. Not really, actually. They're still away. Everton away Spurs, but then it's a good run for 3 before at Liverpool, home City. So who has a good window of defensive fixtures? Fucking no one.
Yeah, none of the good defenses. No one. I mean, I think
Liverpool have a pretty good run, but they don't have Alisson, which is looking very bad after one game.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's back to just kind of a mess. Get attacking defenders maybe. Reece is back on the menu. That kind of shit.
Yeah. Trips is amazing still.
Trips, yeah.
That's kind of, and Trent. How about fucking Trent Friday My Life shout?
I know you were going off about Trent, and he finally put in a performance where it was like, oh my god, this is why Trent's 8 million.
He's so good.
We might have our Trent back.
I'm obsessed with him.
We just might have our Trent back.
Maybe I should just do major surgery this week and just get him in.
Good do.
It's not impossible at all.
No, it's never impossible.
I just need to choose one expensive guy to lose.
Yeah.
I just need to transfer out Saka.
Yeah. The only issue with Trent, as we've talked about, is just the cleans. So yeah, I mean, if you're a little bit sour with Queeve.
I mean, Kelleher was just bad.
Yeah,
he was really bad today.
Yeah. Alisson would not have kept a clean sheet today.
No.
That said,
no chance.
He was not good. And they are playing Sheffield United this week rather, in a couple days. So you could put me in goal and probably be fine there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Trent 8. Yeah. He's back.
He's on the menu.
He might be back, man. Yeah, might be back.
We already talked about Alvarez. Randall said if you could only watch one team every game week, why wouldn't it be Spurs?
Why would it not be Spurs?
Because I'm not a Spurs fan.
But why would I only watch one game? That would be bad too.
Yeah, that would be terrible.
I don't like the question.
I wouldn't make that deal.
Yeah, no, reject the deal.
Yeah, I'm rejecting your offer. Thank you for playing.
Offer. Yeah.
I'd watch Chef U. Easy. Zarena, how does Rodri and Grealish being suspended? Oh, yeah, that's bad, obviously. Is BJ a pick? Or is the rotation with Rich still too big a risk from test tube? I don't think Rich is that much of a threat. I think Rich is a threat to Heel, and I think Rich is way better than him. But I think Brennan is clearly part of their best 11.
Love Heel. Yeah, BJ's.
I still don't know if he's a pick.
I think he's
looking good and being a pick are separate.
I think he's very similar to AGO Boy, honestly, right? Where they play very similarly they're in their positions, and they both the teams are good attacks, right? And I don't know. I think he's fine. I think he's flair under 1% owned, fun,
no one has him at all.
Fun fucking pick. That's really what he is and what he's about. He's
and you look at
very,
their next
very
six,
clearly in their best 11.
Yeah, and their next 6 are good attacking fixtures.
Yeah.
Except for home
good.
Newcastle. The rest are good.
Yeah. With 4 homes in their next 6. And their 2 aways are NFO and Brighton.
Yeah, so maybe it's the time.
Yeah. If there is a time, it's now or later. But he's fucking good, dude.
If there's a time, it's now or later.
Because he's good. He's a good fucking player, dude.
We haven't talked about game week 18 at all, the blank week. But just looking at Spurs fixtures, I do notice home Everton in game week 18. There are some teams that just have a banger in game week 18. Villa, aforementioned home Sheffield, game week 18.
Yeah.
Where it's having those guys when, other people are starting fucking Archer for Holland. And you have Ollie, and you have triple Spurs or something that's huge. Yeah. I'm starting to is free hit viable in 18?
I don't know. I think you're still going to be in good shape without.
But Arsenal and Liverpool play each other. It's like that's another 3 picks minimum in my team that I'm like not happy with.
Yeah. No, I hear what you're saying, but I don't know.
Don't know. Well, we'll talk about it maybe next pod or something.
Yeah. Let's just do our teams.
Let's just wrap it up. Good to our teams.
So you have 2 frees. What are you doing?
Yeah, I have 2 frees. I mean, I am actually considering like doing some surgery, getting a Trips or getting a Trent or something like that. But my team, my 11 is also just great this week. I mean, Gahey and Johnstone are home Bournemouth, which isn't great, but it's definitely startable. I'm not like, oh my God, my defense is fucked. I can't start them. My fear is if Simi doesn't play, I have Bayer literally suspended, and I have Pau home Man City. So I'm staring down the barrel of like a negative 4-pointer for Pau.
Okay, so your defense continues to be a problem.
About a defense,
just like it was last week when you saved and we talked about it. Nothing changed.
Yeah, and I had a good week, and I'm fine.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, but it's still a problem.
Yeah, I mean, Pau is unstartable until game week 18.
Yep.
I mean, Gahey's kind of unstartable for even longer than that, except for this game week. I think he's still startable.
I don't agree with that at all. I think that's a very, very incorrect statement.
Okay. I that's how I think about it.
Okay.
But
just like you started Pau against this team and he's sitting here with 0 points.
Well, Pau is one of the worst defenses and they never keep cleans. Palace keep cleans and are still pretty tight.
We did months ago do that.
I mean, held fucking West Ham to 1 goal. The aforementioned cannot be cleaned, unstoppable force of West Ham.
Yeah, 1 goal, no clean, no points. See, that's all it takes.
But
we were getting pumped. So
no, you weren't getting pumped. Not on highlights, at least. I mean, they had like fucking barely any good chances.
We suck.
We may suck, bad. But Woy has
Bournemouth are attacking so much. Like, there's no chance that we're cleaning that this week.
There's obviously a chance. I don't know I don't know what no chance even means 0%. In this context.
It means 0%.
There's no 0%er. So,
well, when it happens, possible. Then I will have been right.
Not really, because that's not really how percents work.
That's how it works. That's how it works for me.
Anyway, my team, those are the moves I'm considering. Would be like a Pau, figure out a defensive double move.
You want to do little moves?
It might be Saka. Whisper it very quietly. Might be Saka.
I think that's not. I don't think that's good.
I mean, Arsenal away, don't attack. 3 of his next 4 are aways. At Luton, at Villa, at Liverpool. The other one's home Brighton. Good attacking fixture. Don't know. I don't feel like I'm sitting here being like, wow, I'm rubbing my hands together. Fucking amazing pick here.
I really don't like that. I think you really, really, really should hold him.
Yeah, probably. I'm not like committed at all. But if I don't double move, I'm just very limited on who I could get. It would basically just have to be Lascelles or Livra. There's no other 4 or 5.
Well, why don't you expand your mind?
Okay, what are you talking? Oh, you're talking. I know what you're. Don't say anything. You're talking Johnstone to Dubravka. Yeah, that's part of a double move with Pau.
Ding.
I fucking read you like a book.
Get Porro.
Yeah, I do love Porro.
Get Reese. Get a
fucking point 1 off Porro. But not if I do Gahey. So I could do it.
I mean, absolutely do Gahey's worse than Pau. There you go. I
could do that.
Or how much is Reese? Are they the same price or what?
Reese, dude. Come on. Now, Reese is actually another 0.1 ahead. Okay. Maybe I should just bring in Scounge.
No, come on, man. He's not playing. But
Zinchenko.
I think that's pretty good, honestly.
Yeah, it's not bad.
You can bomb
Johnson's obviously a bad pick.
It's a terrible pick. Yeah, I mean, you upgrade by making money. Get in a stable force that you love, that you can start. Putting him, Saliba, and Shimkas is steady.
Yeah, the beauty of me getting Dubrav also is like don't care about the January transfer window because I'm wild carding in game week 18 or 19.
Right.
So I have guaranteed Dubravka start for 5 game weeks.
Yeah,
No fear.
Makes a fucking ton of sense.
Yeah, it just makes him like that much better. There's no risk. I don't have Liverpool and City on the fixture ticket for Dubravka.
Yeah.
And I don't have January transfer window.
Yeah. He'll probably price rise a little bit in the next month, this or that.
Let's go, dude.
Keeper move, dude.
Yeah, I might also I know that you think there's a 0% chance. I don't, because I could also just do Johnstone down and float. And I actually like that.
I mean, I think that's stupid, but it's better than what you were talking about before.
Yeah, I've barely looked at my team today, but something like that is on the cards. What about you?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Doku, obviously. I can't not do that. So I
can't believe the Doku, dude.
I fucking very much believe it. This happened for very many times to me in my life playing this game.
And I'm capping Mo. I didn't mention. I mean,
capping Mo. I did not look at. What do we have going this week?
We have Mo against Sheffield United.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gotta be.
Gotta be.
So I have nothing in the bank. So I have Doku at 6-7. So I'm either going straight move there down somewhere, or I'm hitting someone. Wang
next to home Burnley, home NFO.
I know. I was looking at that.
Pound it, dude. Just take it to the bank.
My issue with him is I think he's bad.
Yeah.
So
counterpoint, his nickname in Korean is the Bull because he plays 90 every week and he's just a monster.
Yeah, I just don't think he's a good player. So that bothers me.
But I love the idea of home Burnley. They're off their biggest win probably in Premier League history. Feeling good about themselves. They're just gonna lose 4-1.
Yeah, they're gonna Wolves scoring 4 goals. Let's relax.
They just counter all fucking day on this team.
Yeah. I mean, I don't. The thing that really is more encouraging to me about Wang that I've never previously thought of is pens are huge. I mean, him being on pens is really an enormous thing.
Especially when they're like a countering with pace dribbly boy team. I just feel like they're more likely for pens and dog and
Neto might be back somewhat soon, which is another guy who could get fouled in the box. He's clearly, one of their main men. And, it seems like he's really just, the team sort of, he's the beating heart of the team sort of. Anyway, so that's an option. I've looked at that. I've thought about BJ because I actually like him and think he's actually good, even though that's a lot more punty. Like, dude, you want me to get 4 Newcastle players more than anyone I've ever met in my life.
Oh my God, I keep forgetting. Because I
have so many Newcastle players.
So many Newcastle players. So many, dude.
But I mean, all of these things would allow me to do Darwin to Watkins if I want to just stop tormenting myself. So, I mean, that is a thing that I could do, or I just do the Doku move, and just let that go. But I mean, is there anyone else in midfield? Because I was struggling other than
what's the price
literally
again? 6.5.
Yeah, I mean, I could make money and go up to in the mid 7s with another move easily.
I mean, there's
Kudus,
Tross. I'm not a big fan of either of these, but they're technically guys.
Yeah.
Who else? I mean, no. I mean, MGW's gotten a little bit of steam lately.
He's just the worst version of Wang, though.
Yeah, whenever you get a 12-pointer, people just, you get a little steam. But yeah, I mean, he's fine. With no Taiwo, it's like
he's just a really bad
downgraded.
He's just a really bad Wang. That's what he is. So he's downgraded. Not a pick.
Yeah, probably not a pick. I mean, there's still Palmer, but he didn't start, so he's no longer an option.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's basically is it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm still waiting for the point in the season where Everton have a really good run of fixtures, and I'm like, oh my God, I can get some cheeky Everton guys, but
they don't have any.
It may never happen. Yeah, it just may never happen that they have a good run.
So,
So you know the guys to choose from.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, what do you think about Darwin Ollie for me? Are you annoyed about hearing me talk about Darwin for so long?
No, I don't care because I'll defend Darwin for eternity. But like, I think you're gonna just get tilted from it no matter what. Like, no matter what happens, Ollie's gonna miss a big chance, and you're gonna be like, "Fucking, I bring in Ollie and miss a big chance." Darwin's gonna score, and then Ollie playing. You fucking got rid of Darwin, immediately scores. Like,
oh my god, you're right.
The chances of tilt are just so high. Like, how do you not tilt? What's the world where you're not tilted from making this move in a week or two? I just don't see that world.
Man. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't either.
So for that reason, I'm out.
I think I just want to hold Darwin, dude. Honestly,
I think you quietly like complaining about him too.
No, that's false. That is not true at all.
Oh,
that is not true. That is not true.
Okay.
Dude, you haven't owned him. You haven't owned him all year.
Not
dude,
this season. I owned him more than probably anyone in the world last year, though.
Yeah, but you don't realize what it's like to fucking.
I mean, I'm rooting for Liverpool to win the game. The problem is
he does the same thing every game.
Well, the problem is also with the not owning him versus owning him, despite me being a Liverpool supporter, is he fucking created the third goal and the fourth goal today. So I'm just like ecstatic with that. I'm like, holy shit, what a comeback.
He was a part of them.
I know, but he was like the key cog on both of them. And so I'm like, in my head, I'm just like, oh, great. That was fucking great. And then, but if you own him in FPL, you're just like, this is the biggest nightmare of my life.
It is a nightmare. It is very much a nightmare. All right. So I have some deep thonking to do.
We have one day of tinkering, and then we're back in action on Tuesday. Yeah.
Big day of thonking for me. It's just, it will be really, really hard for me to actually put Wang in my team. I've never owned him.
I know.
I've always thought he was an absolute donkey.
I know.
And nothing has changed that.
It's hard to just put the color of Wolves' kit in your team.
Yeah.
You're just like, why do I have a gold guy in here?
The last time it happened was Neto last year, I think game week 3 or something when I got rid of him. And it's ever since then, it's just, it's tough. So
yeah, it's tough.
All right, dog.
Okay, bro. We got one new sign up. We're on a fucking hot streak of signups here. One new Anus Slap Patreon sign up. Zachary Marcus. Good in there, baby. Thanks for signing up. Good about you. See you in the Discord. Any last words, dude?
See you tomorrow.
I'll see you tomorrow, dude. Check us out at FMLFPL.com. Follow us on Twitter at FMLFPL. Sports page.com/FMLFPL. Subscribe, rate, review,